Saparika Shishi Gu Gor Chandraju Ki Jai, Jai Giraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupa Paramhamsa Pari Prajakacharya Stoter Siddhi Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupa Paramhamsa Pari Prajakacharya Stoter Siddhi Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai, welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Morning Class. Jai Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Can you, is this audible in the kitchen? Huh? Brajamohini Devi Dasi Ki Jai. Okay, now we are continuing to read Chaitanya Charitamrta by the grace of Sri Guru Rangaranga. Adi Lila chapter 4, the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. And the little marker has fallen out, but I pretty much know where we are. Oh, yes, okay. So we'll read the first few verses. And Srila Kaviraj Goswami, Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Ki Jai, Jai Srila Om Vishnupadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So Kaviraj Goswami is taking great pains in establishing the transcendental nature of the pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavan, and specifically with the Brajagopis, with whom this chapter is very much concerned about those pastimes, because this refers to the internal reasons, the confidential reasons for Mahaprabhu's appearance. So these are not mundane things at all. Okay, so we're going to review text 114. In youth, he tasted the essence of rasa, fulfilling his desire in pastimes like the rasa dance with Srimati Radhika and the other gopis. In his youth, Lord Krishna made all three of his ages. What are those ages? Boy, the baby, yes. And adolescence, right. And the entire universe successful by his pastimes of amorous love like the rasa dance. Lord Madhusudan enjoyed his youth with pastimes on autumn nights in the midst of the jewel-like milkmaids. Thus he dispelled all the misfortunes of the world. And this is from the Vishnu Purana. Vacha Suchita Savari Ratikala Pragala Vyaya Radhikam Vritta Kunchita Lochanam Vira Chaya Nagre Sukhinam Sao Tadvaksho Machtrake Makari Panditya Parangataha Kaishoram Sapali Karoti Kalayan Kunje Viharam Hari. Lord Krishna made Srimati Radharani closer and ate her eyes in shame before her friends by his words relating to their amorous activities on the previous night. Then he showed the highest limit of cleverness in drawing pictures of dolphins and various playful sports on her breasts. In this way, Lord Hari made his youth successful by performing pastimes in the bushes with Sri Radha and her friends. And this is a verse from Upadesamrta Sindhu. Hari Chera Bhaktavisyan Turayam Madhurakshi Radhikacha Abhavishyati Amrita Vishvishir Makaran Nankasu Visheshatat Tadatra. Oh, Purnamasi, if Lord Hari had not descended in Mathura with Srimati Radharani, this entire creation, and especially Cupid, the demigod of love, would have been useless. very important verse. O Purnamasi, if Lord Hari had not descended in Mathura with Srimati Radharani, this entire creation, and especially Cupid, the demigod of love, would have been useless. Just useless. Everything for nothing. This verse is spoken by Sri Vrinda Devi in the Vidagdha Madhava of Srila Rupa Goswami. And who is Vrinda Devi? Vrinda Devi. Huh? Yeah. So we don't listen to those pastimes of the appearance of Tulsi Devi in the world. This is not the the original form of Tulsi, which is being spoken about. So Gurudev said we're not really concerned about those pastimes. E Matapurve Krishna Rasa Rasadana Yadyapi Karila Rasa Niryasa Charvana Tatapi Nihilatina Vanchita Purana Taha Asvadite Jadikarila Jatana. Even though Lord Krishna, the abode of all mellows, had previously in this way chewed the essence of the mellows of love, still he was unable to fulfill 3 desires, although he made efforts to taste them. There were 3 desires. The whole of existence is meant for the fulfillment of the transcendental divine Vishuddha Sattva desires of the Supreme Lord. But there are 3 desires which he cannot fulfill no matter what. Tahara pratama vancha kariye vyakhyana Krishna kahe amihai rasara nidana. I shall explain his first desire. Krishna says, I am the primary cause of all rasas. So what does Krishna say? Rasa. So I am the cause of all tastes in relationship. All. Purnananda Maya Ami Chinmaya Purna Tattva Radhikara Preme Amakaraya Unmata. I am the full spiritual truth, and I am made of full joy. But the love of Srimati Radharani drives me mad. I am the full spiritual truth, and I am made of full joy. Full joy. Yes, the full, everything that can be called joy is from him. Yet, this very great mystery, the love of Srimati Radharani, makes me mad. Na jani radhara premeya che katabala che bale amare kare sarvada vivala. I do not know the strength of Radha's love, with which she always overwhelms me. Radhikara prema guru ami sishyanata sada amanana nritye nachaya udbata. The love of Radhika is my teacher, and I am her dancing pupil. Her prema makes me dance various novel dances. So what is that position? We cannot conceive of that. Kasma vinde priya saki hare pada mulat kuto sav kundaranye kemiha kurute nritya siksham guruka tang tvan murti pratitaru lagam latam dig vidikshu spuranti sailu shiva brahmati parito nartayanti swapaschat. Oh, my beloved friend Vrinda, where are you coming from? I am coming from the feet of Sri Hari. Where is he? In the forest bank of Radha Kund. What is he doing there? He is learning dancing. Who is his master? Your image, Radha, revealing itself in every tree and creeper, in every direction, is roaming like a skillful dancer, making him dance behind. So these are very, very fine topics. What is that kind of divine devotion? She is devotion personified. And Krishna is taking her as the teacher. This text is from Govinda Lilamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Nija prema svade morahaya je ahlada tahahate kotiguna radha prema svada. Whatever pleasure I get from tasting my love for Srimati Radharani, she tastes 10 million times more than me by her love. So this is all in the plane of devotion. Extreme, perfect, original devotion. Ami jaiche paraspara viruddha dharmashraya radha prema taiche sada viruddha dharma maya. Just as I am the abode of all mutually contradictory characteristics, so Radha's love is always full of similar contradictions. Just as I am the abode of all mutually contradictory characteristics, so Radha's love is always full of similar contradictions. Radha prema vibhu yara badite nahitani tatapi se kshane kshane badaye sadai. Radha's love is all-pervading, leaving no room for expansion, but still it is expanding constantly. Meaning there's nothing lacking, and yet it is always expanding. Jaha vai guru vastu nahi sunischita tatapi gurura dharma gauravavarjita. There is certainly nothing greater than her love, but her love is devoid of pride. There is nothing greater than her love, but there's no pride there. That is the sign of its greatness. Jahaite sunirmala dvitiya nahiyar tatapi sarvada vamya vakra vyavahar. Nothing is purer than her love, but its behavior is always perverse and crooked. Perverse and crooked in this world means manipulation for exploitation. And in the divine plane, it is the purest thing, the purest of the pure. Vibhurapi kalayan sada bivriddhim gururapa gaurava charyaya vihina muhurapa chitta vakripmapi shuddho jayati muradvishi radhikanuraga. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna, the enemy of the demon Mura. Although it is all-pervading, it tends to increase at every moment. Although it is important, it is devoid of pride, and although it is pure, it is always beset with duplicity. So what is abominable in this plane? The narcissistic manipulations of mundane consciousness are ornaments in the divine plane. This is a verse from Danakeli Kaumudi of Srila Rupa Goswami. Se premara Sri Radhika Parama Ashraya. This is not, I can't get it closer to my mouth so that it's a little too far away actually. I think. So, I think the other one is maybe better. Yeah, because Shri Radhika is the highest abode of that love, and I am its only object. She is the highest abode of transcendental love, and Krishna is the only object of that love. So her love is the way of worship of Krishna. Vishaya Jatiya Shuka Amara Asfara Amahaite Kotiguna Ashrayera Achlada. I taste the bliss to which the object of love is entitled, but the pleasure of Radha, the abode of that love, is 10 million times greater. Ashraya Huh? This is not working? Oh, okay. Thank you. So we're speaking on the plane of devotion. So devotion is the greatest thing. And Krishna is confirming this. He's saying the abode of that love, that is the greatest thing. Ashraya Jatiya Shukapahite Manadanya Daya Jatne Ashvadite Nariki Kari Upaya. My mind races to taste the pleasure experienced by that abode, but I cannot taste it, even by my best efforts. How may I taste it? Kabujari e premarahaye ashraya, tabe e premanandera anubhavahaya. If sometime I can be that abode of love, then only may I taste its joy. Purport: Bishaya and Ashraya are two very significant words relating to the reciprocation between Krishna and his devotee. The devotee is called Ashraya, and his beloved Krishna is the Bishaya. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So the abode of love and the receiver of love. The devotee is called Ashraya, and his beloved Krishna is Bishaya. Different ingredients are involved in the exchange of love between Ashraya and Bishaya, which are known as Vibhava, Anubhava, Sattvika, and Vyabhachari. Vibhava is divided into two categories, Alambana and Udipana. Alambana may be further divided into Ashraya and Bishaya. In the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna, Radharani is the Ashraya feature and Krishna is the Bishaya. The transcendental consciousness of the Lord tells him, I am Krishna and I experience pleasure as the Bishaya. The pleasure enjoyed by Radharani, the Ashraya, is many times greater than the pleasure that I feel. This is the glories of devotion. Therefore, to feel the pleasure of Ashraya category, Lord Krishna has appeared as? Very good. Atta Chintirai Krishna Parama Kautuki Hridaye Badaye Prema Loba Dakdaki. Dakdaki means blazing. Thinking in this way, Lord Krishna was curious to taste that love.
Can you go over that again?
Which one?
The book you just read.
About Ashraya and Bishaya?
Yes.
Okay, so Ashraya and...
How can we have something, devotion is on some level greater than what Krishna has?
Well, he's saying this. He's saying this.
I understand.
Yeah.
But that's devotion is that powerful. It's that.
Yes, and Radharani is the ashraya. She is the abode of the love that Krishna and so many services that Krishna is feeling almost helpless around that. Because devotion is, actually we are just getting the very smallest glimpses of what devotion is. We don't really know. It is so high of a thing, so pure, so great, that Krishna's saying, how can I know what that is? It is so great. It is so wonderful. It is the abode of joy that is more than the joy of receiving that, because it is so great. It is so high and beautiful, self-giving, self-sacrificing, heart-melting. We have to remember we're talking about very beautiful things, wonderful things. So that is that different. So Vishaya means the receiver of that love, and Ashraya means the abode of that love. So thinking in this, is that good?
Yeah. But no, yeah.
I mean, we're just beginning to understand. The thing is, devotion for us is so foreign. Even in this world, devotion is tinged with so much nonsense. And so we're hearing these things and hearing these things and hearing these things, that even the Supreme Lord himself is astonished. It's a mystery.
That's something he doesn't have, on some level he doesn't really have. He only experiences that through Radha. I mean, like that devotion, because Krishna doesn't have devotion in that way. Is that right? Is that accurate?
Well,
yeah. Yes, he has everything, but at the same time, that's why he extends himself into these masculine and feminine.
Yeah, I mean, Krishna, these are super, super fine subjects, and it's difficult to put that into yeah. Yeah, no worries, but no, I get it.
Is it because his internal potency is separated eternally that this is why he experiences that way, even though he is the one? Is that why it's hard for us to understand?
All these things are completely pastimes. There's no anxiety or something. This is all his will. In other words, it's all in the plane of divine pastime. Radha and Krishna are not separable in any way. So, it's hard to kind of reword these things because they're so esoteric for the conditioned soul. And so these are all divine, all pastimes. It's all on the plane of pastimes, meaning there's nothing, not like the feeling of not having something in this plane. It's nothing like that, right? At chinti rahe Krishna parama kotuki hridaye badaye prema loba daki. Thinking in this way, Lord Krishna was curious to taste that love, to taste the giver, the giver of love. His eager desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. That word daki, blazing. Now that is one desire. So we're going to go over these verses again tomorrow, but that is Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is elaborating on those three desires that we hear about, and giving more of a more focus into that. And that is the first desire, to know the glories of Radharani's love, to feel that personally. So that's the first of the three. Haribol. And always we're bowing down to these subjects. These are, something we're Pujala Ragapada. Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta ki Jai. Srila Krishna Ras Kaviraj ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Now Shri Upadesamrta, we are on verse number 11. And the verse is written on page 291. Jai Shri Rupa Goswami ki Jai, Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai, and we are reading the illumination on this verse by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Gurudev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, and always inseparable from Guru Maharaj is His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Krishna Jai. So we can read the Sanskrit together, page 291.
291.
That's where the verse is written.
Okay.
The verse 11. Krishna Chai Pranaya Vasiti Preyasibhyo Pirata Kundam Chasya Munipir Abitas Tadrigeva Vyadai Yat Prester Apyalam Asulabam King Punar Bhakti Bhajam Tapremedang Sakrit Api Sharasnatura Vishkaroti. Sri Radha is the highest object of Sri Krishna's love, above all his other lovers, and in all respect her lake has also been established as such by the sages. This lake bestows upon those who bathe within it only once prema that is extremely difficult, even for those who are dear to Krishna to attain, let alone for practitioners of bhakti. Above all his other lovers should also be understood, because just as Krishna is the absolute personality of Godhead, Srimati Radhika is the absolute personality of devotion. So other lovers is not something separated from her, actually. They are all expansions of her for the service of Krishna. One and different, individuals and yet one. So this is always going on, this Achincha Veda Veda Tattva. So she's not in a relative position like that. So now page 321, in the center, we're beginning this paragraph, reading the explanations by Srila Guru Maharaj in the middle paragraph. Our Guru Maharaj also said, we are Shuddha Shaktas, worshippers of pure Shakti. We are Shaktas, not Vaishnavas, worshippers of Vishnu, but we are not Vidha Shaktas or ordinary Shaktas. The ordinary Shaktas in India. If you come across a Shakta, it means he's the worshipper of the Durga, Kali. They're worshippers of that. So, but we are not the worshippers of that. She is the shadow there is pure devotion, and she is the shadow form of that. But we are worshipping Shuddha Shakta, pure Shakta. The real original potency is in Braja, and that is Radharani, the dedicating moiety of Krishna. Our direct connection is there with her, and our connection with Krishna is indirect. It is only through her. So we are concerned with Krishna because our mistress Radharani has connection with him. That is why we want him, and not otherwise. Why Radha Dasyam? Why are we concerned exclusively with Radharani? We want to dedicate ourselves, and the highest ideal of dedication in all respects is shown by Radharani in Madhura Ras, Padakiya Madhura Ras, endangering all her achievements, everything. She is approaching the quarter of the greatest taste consumer, the autocrat, Krishna. So dedication to its zenith is only to be found there. Having her company in any way, even in the slightest connection, will purify us, as well as all others who go that way to the greatest extent. That should be considered the highest wealth, to know only her concern, her duty, her necessity. That is the highest achievement of the Gaudiyas, Mahaprabhu's party, as announced by Srila Das Goswami. Okay, so just, of course we always have to remind ourselves that these are very high things. But this is the fact. But still, we don't want to join those who are always saying, Radhe, Radhe, Radha, Radha, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. We don't do that. That's all in the plane of the mind and imagination. We are very much in the worshipable mood and doing our duty, offering it to the Lord. And Mahaprabhu will arrange everything. Approaching Mahaprabhu, we are approaching Gurudev. Gurudev, we're approaching Nityananda. And through Nityananda, we're approaching Mahaprabhu. Everything else will be arranged perfectly, without mistake, without stupidity. Only through Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu's followers. Otherwise, we will just take this mental world and juxtaposition it in some kind of imaginary plane of divinity within the mental world. So we're hearing about these things. This is definitely our ideal. And we can understand it. We're worshiping who is devotion personified. This is our existence. But at the same time, we are taking our life in a very, this verse by Srila Saraswati Thakur, as they were moving to the new temple in Calcutta, I think. But he's like, Pujala Ragapata Gaurava Bangi. Hari Kirtana Range. Pujala Ragapata Gaurava Bangi, something Harijana Kirtana Range. Anyway, going in kirtan together, we are worshipping that Ragapat. The devotees are worshipping that Ragapat, not considering ourselves part of that spontaneous love that comes from the completely devoted heart. So we're really, hearing this ideal, worshipping, really trying to understand and hear these ideals and worshipping that. We go on with our duty and we're worshipping Krishna. We're offering that duty to Krishna. And Guru Maharaj says that Krishna will arrange it. He will adjust that offering and give us the result himself. But what is the aim of serving Krishna? The aim of serving Krishna is the aim of serving the followers of Srimati Radharani. So we have to understand all these things really carefully, or we will get entangled. Asha bare ramrita sindhu maye katanchit kalo mayati gamita kila sampratanghi tramchet kripang mai vidas yasi naiva king me Haner Bhajena Chaviro Rubakarinapi. In this verse, Das Goswami, means Raghunath Das Goswami, expresses his most earnest desire. Prabhu. Sorry. Asha Bare Amrita Sindhu Mayai. The great hope of service to you, Srimati Radharani, my mistress, feels like an ocean of nectar. My hope of service to you feels like an ocean of nectar. Katanchit kalo mayati gamita. I am passing my days impatiently. Excuse me, waiting a long, long time for that. Kila sampratanghi. I have now reached my end, my mistress. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev. My patience has reached its end. Tvanchet kripang mai vidasyasi daiva. Now I'm in such a position that if you don't grant any grace in my favor, then kin me pranaya. I don't find any charm in my life any longer. Rajena cha. If I do not get your grace, then my living in Vrindavan is just a mockery, and there is no more necessity for it. If your grace does not come, then what am I doing? If I do not get service, then what am I doing? This nonsense to be here. Varohu Bakari Napi. And what's more, I do not even want to have any connection with Bakari, Krishna himself, if I do not get your special mercy or favor toward me. So Bakari means the killer of Putana. Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam Bakimi, the witch, Putana. What do I care about the witch killer? If I don't have your grace, what am I doing? I don't care about that. So this one-pointed divine perfection of desire in Raghunath Das Goswami, because he is the Prayojan Tattva Guru. He is showing what is the essence of perfection. He's showing, he's not trying to show anything, but this is his very nature. And this, the most famous verse we get from Raghunath Das. He's praying, oh my mistress, if I do not get your grace, then everything is tasteless to me. Even Vrindavan. And what to speak of other things, I do not even want Krishna himself if you are not there. We are told by the spiritual experts of our sampradaya that this is the acme of our realization, and it is an extreme risk. If I do not get your favor, then I do not want all these things. Not like okay, then I'll just, do something else here in Vrindavan. No. I want you and only you, along with your paraphernalia. To eliminate you and get an independent relationship with any other thing is impossible in my life. And he's talking about any other divine thing. Raghunath Goswami is not even referring to the material plane. You must be first and then others. What to speak of any other thing without you? I cannot even think to aspire for a separate connection with Krishna. First I must have you and then any other. This highest realization comes from Raghunath Das Goswami, who is our Prayojan Acharya. Sanatana Goswami is called the Sambandha Acharya, and Rupa Goswami the Abhideya Acharya. But Raghunath is the giver of the highest end of our life as Radha Kainkarya, Radha Dasya. Probably couldn't be too much of questions, but if there are, we can try. We saw that when our Guru Maharaj would explain this shloka, he was beside himself. Srila Saraswati Thakur, from all points of view, mental, physical, anything, intellectual, was extremely extremely sober. But this verse, we can see what Guru Maharaj was saying. Sometimes these kinds of things would very deeply affect him. We don't know what that means, but still, we can remember how sober Saraswati Thakur was in his nature. We found him full of emotion, sometimes with tears flowing. His figure would become something else. His face would turn red. He sometimes explained this verse among the selected disciples, and it appeared when he would do so that he had come to his own plane, that he had come home. We could trace this somehow, that he was fully found. Once I heard from a godbrother that he asked Prabhupada about Krishna's leaving Radharani in the forest. So a godbrother asked Srila Saraswati Thakur about this pastime of Krishna leaving the Rasa dance, or leaving actually Srimati Radharani, not. Anyway, when Krishna left the Rasa Lila and went in search of Radharani, then after some time he was able to find Radharani. He took her alone with him, and then Radharani told him, I cannot walk anymore. If you would like me to go anywhere, you will have to carry me. Then suddenly he disappeared. Savidur avatapyata. She began to repent. Why did I ask him to carry me? Now a reaction has come and he has left me here. Regarding this, a godbrother asked our Guru Maharaj, why did Krishna leave Radharani and dishonor her? What is the cause? Our Guru Maharaj was very much excited. Excited means disturbed. When Srila Guru Maharaj uses that word, it means disturbed. What trace of bhakti do you find here? Why have you come to ask this question? Do you find any devotion in that? It's really high topics. Okay. So in this way he was chastised. There was no answer. So I tried to see how Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given an interpretation here, and I found that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written that Krishna disappeared only to enjoy the symptoms and the sentiments of Radharani in this stage, when she was left alone in the forest, and then again he returned. So for some purpose, for some Lila, he may show that he is apart from her, but actually he does not, and he cannot go apart from her. He was there all along in another form to watch how Radharani behaved in that lonely place. When she slept alone, he was there. So Krishna cannot cross over the fine quality of attraction to Radharani's intensity of love for him and go elsewhere. It is not possible. Prabhupada's opinion was that he was not ready to hear of the slightest possibility of dishonor to Radharani. Those in Lalita Devi's section are prejudiced, partial, don't touch your feet, to Radharani, and even go to chastise Krishna. Everybody has to hear this, right? And me, and everyone. It's just something that happens. Those in Lalita Devi's section are prejudiced, partial to Radharani, and even go to chastise Krishna. They always support the cause of Radharani, and they may say to Krishna, you have done wrong, and she is right. That is their spirit. Once Prabhupada ordered a gentleman to sing Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song, Amita Svananda Sukhadavasi. There it is mentioned, Sakistali nahi heri nayane, tekila shai byake padaye mane. I am in the group of Radharani, and I cannot tolerate the sight of the Sakis of the other camp, Chandravali, Shaibya, and Padma. Radhika Kunja Adhara Kari Laite Chahe Se Radhara Hari. They are always busy to entice Krishna from our camp to their camp, so I cannot tolerate them. So that is indirect service. The camp of Chandravali, we're told, with all honor and respect to that plane, that is indirect service, meaning causing an increase in the loving emotions. Just like there is much indirect service done. But Guru Maharaj said, we will join the direct service camp. That is the favorable camp.
The Sakis are the maidservants of Krishna. So we want to be the maidservant and the maidservants of the Sakis of Radha.
Yeah, but anyway, we're just like, yes, that's the ultimate aspiration. But what is the quality of that? That we need to know properly. And we can only know it through an offenseless chanting of the holy name. And that is not going to happen immediately. To come to the plane, I'm going to repeat this because I think it's very, very important. To come to the plane of Trinadapi Sudhi Chena, to come to the plane of feeling oneself lower than a blade of grass, Guru Maharaj said many oceans and planets and so many things must be passed to come to that position where the holy name lives. It's not like, well, you know, here we're chanting and you should try to be humble. This is something very, very pure and high. And the name lives there, in that atmosphere. And full tolerance, so that the name will purify our hearts and will take us to the place where the name is. So this is a very astonishing position that Mahaprabhu came to give the holy name, which is so high. We can't make that sound with our mouth. The name must descend into our heart, but the name will purify our heart. That is the most astonishing thing. By chanting the holy name, we will become qualified to chant the holy name. But now we don't, kid ourselves that we are actually chanting the holy name of Krishna. But we are practicing. And Gurudev said that Krishna may be very pleased with us that we are trying, and give his mercy to us. And that is good. We are ordered, we are encouraged to do this impossible thing, to try, and grace will come. We're following the order of Gurudev. We've received the name, the seed of the name from Gurudev, passed heart to heart to heart in the line of this pure line. That will be planted in our heart. And we are watering it by chanting, but always Shishamiksha, self-inspection, inner inspection. Oh, this circumstance came, I reacted like this. Why did I do that? My Lord, you have sent this circumstance to teach me. Let me bow down and learn. Let me hear. Let me serve you properly. All these things have to be in our practicing life. Otherwise, it's all external, just doing things. Doing things is important, but the life has to be there, and the life is Sharanagati. Shishamiksha mano, that always self-examination. Bunjane vatmakritam. All these things have come because of my own self. These things have come to purify me, and I created the necessity for my own purification. That was my fault. No, there's no accidents. Guru Maharaj said, we are the architect of our own fate. But that doesn't leave us hopeless. Krishna hasn't stopped trying to help us. So he's bringing circumstances. Then, Shushamiksha, why did I react that way? Why did I become despondent? Why did I become angry? Why did I react? Why couldn't I be patient and think for a moment and connect with you, my Lord? And we're all in the midst of this. This is the battlefield. The battle with the ego. That is for those who have extreme courage and faith in the protection of the Lord. Facing the ego, it is not a path strewn with flowers, Guru Maharaj says. It is a battlefield. But to leave that battlefield thinking, oh, I will avoid this circumstance. I heard it last night, Guru Maharaj saying, that circumstance will come again and again and again. It must come again and again because the lesson has not been learned. Any circumstance in which we to come to purify us, the lesson, coming in a very magnanimous and affectionate way, but we see it as the enemy because we're insane.
I mean, it sounds funny, but it's actually...
You know, somebody comes to help an animal. Right. That animal may try to kill them because he's seeing, oh, enemy. Right. We're like that. The circumstances are so friendly to us, actually. And only through surrender will we be able to clear our angle of vision to see what is true. Now we don't see that. We just don't, we see, oh, this is, like this, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, I hate that.
Right, aversion and attraction.
Yeah, and it's not even based on anything. Based on what?
Right, it's a sub.
Yeah, and based on what? Why do I prefer this over this? I don't know. What was that? Yeah.
He was someone before and turned into a deer, and he promised the Lord that he wouldn't associate with anyone. And he became John Barr. He acted like a retard, and his dad tried to teach him to sit, and he would run. And he told him to do this, and he would do the opposite. And his brothers would beat him and treat him, and he didn't care. He just kept acting blind, dumb, and deaf.
Yeah, because he wasn't afraid of anything. Actual independence. Bhima Krishna Prabhu sent such a nice quote. I posted. Oh no, I didn't post it. Did I post it? I don't think I did. I posted it to the family chat, but I think I didn't post it to the temple chat. But it's such a beautiful quote, and I was thinking about it this morning. You know, when actual independence can only be known through devotion and surrender. Then you become independent. Any circumstance can be there. We are doing what we think is good, what we think is right, even for our own health, or for to try to make things work properly. But finally, depending on the Lord's decision, then you're independent. Anything can happen. So Guru Maharaj said, the rules and regulation of what is favorable for devotion and this is another thing I heard yesterday, and what is unfavorable for devotion, that is not the essence of the thing. The essence of the thing is to be ready for infinite possibilities. That's the essence. So we are traversing this, not giving up what is good for us at the moment, in our particular position, but always at the same time keeping our eye on the goal, even though the goal may be very far away. When you sit in a boat and you're ready to go, it's not that immediately you're there, but at the same time, you don't lose sight of where you're going. And everything in that journey will be favorable. Everything will be in the proper mood. It will all be helpful for us. Every single thing. But at the same time, we are practical, and there are many, many things to consider according to time and circumstance. So we are adjusting according to our position, and at the same time keeping our eyes and our worship on the absolute position and not being vague about that. So both of these things go hand in hand. And we're going on in this way and consulting and doing different things, and many adjustments have to be made, actually. Not in the life of the great personalities like Raghunath Das Goswami. Those souls don't make any adjustments. Their only adjustment is in the divine position of divine separation and all these things. Now we are on a journey, so we are having to make many adjustments according to time and circumstance. But always don't forget where the journey's going. So both of those things have to be there, or we will lose our way. We have a map for a reason, and we have to know where we are on that map, or it has no value whatsoever. But at the same time, we always have to be adjusting to where we are actually going. So all of these things are there. And in a wonderful way, we're going on as a group. But the mood of surrender is the great breeze, which is pushing the boat along. Haribo, Jaya. Jaya, Srila Upadesamrta ki Jaya, Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jaya. Thank you, Prabhupada. Jaya, Srila Om Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jaya.
Jaya.
Hari Hare Nama Krishna Hare Nama Yarvaya Marvaya Keshvaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Hari Gopinath Shri Giriraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Dardev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Rupa Anuga Guru Varga Ki Jai.
Jai.
Namacharya Shri Laharidas Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Maharaja Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kundagiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Ganesha Kamat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai. Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari.
Jai Srimati Shri
Jai Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Gurudev Ki Jai.
The more I hear you teach us, the less I learn, the less I know. I keep falling into this, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I even alive? Like, what's the point? Like, everything I've ever thought I understood is not even an understanding in itself. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
When you told me that I wasn't even chanting, it broke me, and the next day I wanted to leave, but then I was chanting more. I was walking, and the Lord said, "Submit yourself, son." I was like, wow. I was like, it's just a form. And I understood it when you told me, but I was so broken when you told me. I was like, Lord, have mercy.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You don't, dude. Don't. I'm grateful. I knew, man, when I talked to you on the phone, I was like, I knew there was Lord here, man, like definitely. But I didn't know. I met your son yesterday and his wife, and I was overwhelmed. It was really nice. It's a lot of energy. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really incredible. I was sitting there and I was like, what do I do? Like, how do I even proceed back to home? Like, I'm lost. Like, I don't even know how to. But you said we have to, be practical and things like this, and Prabhupada always says, a devotee wants to do his ordinary dealings perfectly as well. So it's like, all I want to do is run into a cave and not eat for days until I die or something. Like, get bit by a scorpion and try to just. I know I'm not going to chant the name right, but I'm going to try because that's what my brain goes to. It's like, damn, nothing I'm doing is even right, and I know nothing.
Right.
I know nothing.
No, it's right, but we're approaching the infinite.
Yeah, and then what is it? How you say the thing again? How you say it? The self-examination?
Sushamiksha.
Shushamikshmano. That, and that's all. I'm like, wow, I'm so puffed up, Lord. Like, how do I even achieve a human body? Like, why? I think I'm humble. I think I'm a servant and all these things because I've gone through these things in my life. But wow, I'm nothing.
Welcome to Shri Chaitanya Saraswat.
You said it was postgraduate. I don't think I was ready. I didn't even know. Like, there's nothing to say. I feel like I took some shrooms and I'm tripping. Because it's
we're
like...
all the same.
It's
We're students, but that is a good position. It's actually very cozy. When we realize our position is with my divine guardian, when we think, what I'm doing is going to create love of God, it's not right. Love of God is something that will descend into the purified heart, and we have a ways to go for that. And that's a great thing. It's wonderful. We have
It's
such
scary,
a beautiful,
though.
No.
It is to me for now. I guess is that the ego?
But this journey is with like-minded devotees, and we have our guardian. It's a journey. we're just, you know, we're naturally a little impatient. We want to start the journey and I'm there in 10 minutes, you know. And Prabhupada almost talked like that in certain ways to get us to keep going. Like all you have to do is pull up your socks and clean behind your ears and you're going to be a pure devotee by next year. You know, kind of gave, you know, it gave us enthusiasm.
So that's
we're all
why he
still in the
said-
mode of ignorance, you know. Yeah, it's only going to take a few minutes. You're going back home, back to God. Got it.
No, it's
Yeah, they said, now you could go to Guru Maharaj, go to Srila Maharaj, and he's going to kind of tweak some things for you.
So it was just, well, you know, it's just.
Well, Krishna sent you here. There's no accidents. In this.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I know that for sure. It's
So
just.
you're here because you know the Lord.
I mean, no doubt. It's just too much.
You had to go for a walk after class.
No, it's not that. It's just like I'm stuck. It's like, what do I do? Like, how? You know, it's
How do I
just
get out
a
of this?
weird. It's a weird place to be in. And yes, when you give me comfort by telling me, okay, I have my guardian. And it's like, wow, Lord. So it's just beautiful. You know, it's also like just. It's just like I'm. You know, it's just better than any drug I've ever tried in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like. I don't deserve it, you know? Like, I see all those people out there suffering, and I'm like, why me? You know? I mean,
I get it.
it's just really, and I have this material attachment to my ex-girlfriend who's just a junkie, and she's so messed up. I mean, I'm not, you know, she's not living with me, and I'm trying not to text her, and you know, I'm trying to give her up to God, but every time I see a homeless or someone, it just really messes me up, man. And I'm like, okay, well, it's just an attachment. It's just that they're fine, they're okay, you know. And
you can send your well wishes.
I do.
No, but I mean well wishes in terms of her spiritual life. What her material life is, she has to go through what she has to go through. But you could.
What happened to the cherry tree?
Send your well wishes to pray to Nityananda for her ultimate good.
I do.
Connecting with Mahaprabhu. Really, you can always do that, even to a stranger that you happen to meet.
I do. I say God bless every time I see someone in the Lord, you know, and then
And
I'm in such a nice material position, man. Like and it just breaks me up. It breaks me up. It's like I wish I could learn more so that I can help them. And it's like I don't have any power. It's just really bad because it's like the more you tell me, the more I see.